Hi, I'm Dan Levy. I'm one of the partners here at Rath and Rath, and I do all of the criminal work. And I wanted to address some of the things that I hear all the time from clients about what to do during a traffic stop, specifically when police are asking you to do something or for information or documents. Before we go into the specifics, I just wanted to remind everybody that being in a car is very different than being in your home or walking on the street. The law treats it differently for a variety of reasons. Your rights in a vehicle are different than if you're sitting in your living room on your couch. Because of that, there are a few things you need to keep in mind. Number one, obviously if the police are trying to pull you over, you have to stop. When police approach your window, if they ask you for something, for example, they ask you for your driver's license, your registration, proof of insurance, you must give it to them. If they ask you for literally anything else, you have no requirement to give it to them. If they start asking you questions, you can answer their questions if you'd like, but you have no obligation whatsoever to answer any of their questions. Most importantly though, and this is the question that I get all the time, is what do I have to do if police ask me to exit the vehicle or ask if they could search the vehicle? If the police ask you to exit the vehicle, that is what's considered a lawful order by the police. There's a requirement under the law in New Jersey that you obey lawful orders. That does not mean that you have no rights to what happens later. But if police tell you to get out of the car, get out of the car, because you have to. If you don't, the police are able to remove you from the vehicle. Again, it doesn't mean that they're entitled to remove you from the vehicle and that a judge later on could say the police did something wrong. But that's not a fight you're going to have with the police officer at the side of the road. So if the police ask you to exit the vehicle, you should exit the vehicle. If the police ask you for information about the vehicle, about where you're coming from, where you're going to, things of that nature, again, you don't have to answer their questions, but you shouldn't lie to them either. One of the things that I tell people all the time is that you are completely entitled to say to the police, I choose not to answer. That's 100% fine. If you're in court later, there is no inference that the judge in court can take from your refusal to answer questions. If you lie, that can hurt you. If you tell the truth and you incriminate yourself, that could hurt you as well. But if you simply want to assert your rights to remain silent, that can never be used against you later. Regarding searches of the vehicle, you have no obligation to agree to a search of the vehicle. If police ask you for your permission to search the vehicle, you do not have to say that they can search it. They might search it anyway. You absolutely should not stop them from searching the vehicle. If they're going to search the vehicle and they're dead set on doing so, it's not going to matter whether you agree to it or not. In some cases, they're allowed to search it without asking you for permission. In other cases, they are not allowed to search the vehicle unless you give them permission. However, that's not a fight you're going to have with the police at the side of the road. That's something you should talk to your attorney about, because that's going to be decided by a judge later on if and when you're in court. But do not stop the police from searching, and don't give them permission to search, because for all you know, they were just looking for some excuse to search your vehicle and maybe they'll find something. If you give them permission, whatever they find could be used against you. If you don't give them permission, they can't search the vehicle, or they would search it unlawfully, and that evidence that they find would be thrown out. Thank you very much, and safe driving.